This is Eagle Owl, and today I'll be talking about the Eagles and Bucks just simply never had a chance. But let's get straight into it. All right, so the Eagles just completely dominated the Buccaneers. It was no competition, man. Eagles were actually beating themselves on some of the red zone calls, the interceptions. We were somewhat beating ourselves, but let's get into the pros first. The pros of this game is a lot of people probably won't agree with me with this, but let's start with the offense. I would say Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts, to me, forget about the two interceptions. Had one of his best games. His pocket presence was amazing. He was darting them, man. He fed AJ Brown. He fed Devontae Smith. Dallas Goddard somewhat woke up. And again, Jalen Hurts was phenomenal. The reason why I say forget about the interceptions, because interceptions are turnovers. You know, you're giving the ball to the other team. But the first interception, DeAndre Swift just ran the wrong route. He simply ran the wrong route, which caused the interception, and it's making Jalen Hurts look bad. Now, Jalen Hurts is a very smart quarterback. He shouldn't be throwing interceptions like that. But again, that DeAndre Swift one was I don't know, man. Again, just ran the wrong route, and it felt like the Eagles put DeAndre Swift on timeout because of that. Because right after that, and when we got the ball back, it's like, we're gonna roll with Kenneth Gainwell, who was okay. I mean, he just not better than Swift. Kenneth Gainwell was okay. It was actually making me mad. I'm like, just go with Swift again at one point. So again, man, Jalen Hurts had a good game. Offensive line in general just completely dominated this quote unquote good run defense in the Buccaneers. The Buccaneers simply couldn't stop the run. You know, we dismantled that team. It felt like they just got tired. One point they was doing okay, they run defense, but Eagles just kept wearing them down. So they eventually, buck down. As the game went on, third quarter is like, okay, we can't handle this no more. And Swift just went completely off. The running backs were good. DeAndre Swift with another 100-yard game. A lot of people got mad, and this is the part I didn't get mad with Kenny G being there, because Kenny G took the field like the fourth quarter. We up 2 scores, obviously dominating the Buccaneers. I wasn't too mad. The Eagles like, you know what, Swift, you had your game. Let Kenny G close it out. The reason why I wasn't mad at that, I've seen the tweets like, why Swift not in? Why Swift not in? In my opinion, we need Swift for the whole season. And what the Eagles don't want to do after he just came off a game where he ran the ball 20 plus times, they don't want to get him hurt. And especially in the game we dominated. Like, okay, Kenny G's doing okay. Let's keep him in there. He is keeping the chains moving just a little bit. But let Swift rest, because you need him for the whole season. So I wasn't mad at that. Let's get to the wide receivers. AJ Brown had a good game, but he did drop 2 touchdowns. And that's what I mean by Jalen Hurts having a good game, because Jalen Hurts could have had like 3-4 touchdowns this game. AJ Brown just completely dropped the ball. Even though he went over 100 plus yards, he was dominant, breaking tackles, definitely on the curl routes. They just couldn't stop it. Like, the Bucks just simply couldn't stop the curl route. But it was some balls that just right out of AJ Brown hands. 2 touchdowns missed right there. So Jalen Hurts could have had 3 touchdowns this game. It may be 1 interception, because with this Smitty one is 50-50. Smitty should have fought for the ball, but then Smitty was like waiting for the ball to come. But come on, Smitty, this your 3rd year. You know you gotta go get it. But it is what it is. Like, Jalen Hurts could have easily had 300 plus yards and 3 touchdowns and probably 1 pick or no picks. But the receivers all in all did good. Smitty, besides that interception, that was more on him than Jalen Hurts, had a really solid game. Don't go by the yards and the statistics. He got first downs when it was needed, on the screen. I think one like was a comeback route was really solid for sure. So the wide receivers again did pretty good. Let's get to the defense. The defense was dominant. Defensive line, Jalen Carter, you see the thumbnail, went insane, went crazy. I mean, again, less than 50% of the snaps. I believe he got a half a sack this game, about what, 4 or 5 pressures. I'm going off the head right now, sorry. Forced fumble, we know that was big. Then recovered by Bradbury, who had a solid game as well. Jalen Carter was just dominant. Jordan Davis, you seen how he racked up Sean Tucker? Sean Tucker thought he had somewhere to go, thought he seen the hole, and Jordan Davis just completely grabbed him like, come over here, what you doing? The linebackers were phenomenal. I like the combo of Morrow and Cunningham. It's going to be interesting when the Kobe Dean come back. Do they ruin that flow? Because Morrow and Cunningham look really good together. Really good. Slay had a good day. Well, Slay had an okay day, because I'm looking at the game like, did Slay have a really good game, or was Mike Evans off most of the game? You know, you got to look at the tape, because there was some drops. And one Sidney Brown, I know he got hurt, I think with a thigh injury, made one hell of a play to save a touchdown. Instead of giving them a touchdown, got a field goal, and that was a momentum killer for them. People kept saying that was a Mike Evans drop, but I feel like that was more of a Sidney Brown play. Sidney Brown, oh man, he's going to be a really good safety in the long haul. I'm happy he got opportunities in the slot when he was healthy. Then again, to make that play, Sidney Brown has arrived, but he gotta stay healthy. I never really heard of him having health issues or injury problems in college. So hopefully, you know, the thigh injury is nothing too serious, but Sidney Brown, he is the future. Then you seen Nolan Smith get some snaps, made a play. It's a play where Baker Mayfield stepped up, and because Nolan Smith was there to hit him, man, oh man, the rookies balled today. The rookies balled. I think Josh Jobe, for the most part, held his own. He had to go up against Chris Godwin and the Mike Evans in them, but he held his own somewhat. He was getting cooked a little bit in the beginning, but you seen as the game went on and on, he started to get it right. So the defense was good. Reed Blankenship with the interception. Nice tackles. Reed Blankenship was all over the place, man. Happy to have him back. I want to see him paired with Sidney Brown more, but Reed and Sidney Brown, the future is bright. And I said this, and it's hard to say this now because CJ Gardner-Johnson is hurt, so I can't even compare the two anymore. But I kept saying, if CJ Gardner-Johnson played the full season and Reed Blankenship played the full season, Reed Blankenship was going to have a better year than CJ Gardner-Johnson. A lot of people call me crazy. Now you see this game. Am I crazy? Am I? So again, man, defense was dominant. I guess let's get to the bad. The bad was, again, the red zone, man. The red zone, we just simply got to get better. I mean, as the game went on, I guess we got better, but that first drive, I don't know, we moving the ball, but then the red zone calls was like, and then you go for on 4th and 2, which you should have took the points, but you decide to run up the middle on a draw play with Kenny G. Not a good play. I mean, Brian Johnson did get better as the game went on. I didn't like the defense of the last touchdown, the Buccaneers. I think it was more Mike Evans, so not going to nitpick at that. The defense played well. I'm not going to nitpick. But that's why I said just complete dominance. It's hard for me to think of cons because the coaching was phenomenal. I mean, I want to go a game with no turnovers. Again, those 2 turnovers on Jalen Hurts, were they really his fault? I guess it was more of a team thing, but the coaching was phenomenal. I mean, the special teams was phenomenal. Even Covey, the one punt we had was really good. I mean, I wasn't mad at the special teams, wasn't mad at the coaching, wasn't mad at the defense at all. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers just simply did not have a chance. And I knew this was going to be the game we dominated. You gave us 11 days off against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And it felt like we lost the last game. So, again, just complete domination. I said, again, the really flaws of this team is, I guess you can say, I don't know. Jalen Hurts had one of his best games of the year, in my opinion. But yeah, it's not really too many flaws to think of. Sorry. It's not. Got to rewatch the tape. Didn't really see too many flaws. Sorry. But hey, man, what do you think and how do you feel about the win today? Am I being a homer on Jalen Hurts? I think he had a solid game. Statistics won't say that. But if you watch the game, from beginning to end, he was really good. I mean, in the beginning, some inaccurate passes, but after that, he was on one the whole game. But this is Eagle Al, man. I'm out.